Okay, hi, everyone there. Someone there. Can you hear me? Okay, sharing screen. Somehow my camera is not working. Somehow, for some reason. Enable. Yeah, something is happening here. I don't know why my camera is not working. That's boring. Okay, I'm not sure about this. Maybe why my camera is not working. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good.
Yeah, hi Bruno, this is Professor Dr. Rishi Acharya. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How about you?
Yeah, good to have you here.
Thanks. I'm really trying to find why my camera is not working. I tested and it was, but now it's not. But I can try.
Yeah, but we can see your screen.
Oh, good. Nice. So yeah, we can proceed without image. Is that a problem?
Yeah, let's wait for a few students and probably then we can start in another 5 minutes.
Okay. I will wait a little bit more and I will try to solve my camera issue.
Yeah, no problem.
at least my camera is working on my YouTube channel. So yeah, I have my camera on my YouTube channel. So I'm not
Okay.
I'm not appear here, but my YouTube you can see.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. At least as far as we can see your screen and the application which you are going to use.
Good, good, nice.
Okay. We also have, the member of one university which is in Haridwar. It's in Uttarakhand. I think the sir is there from Shishir sir. Are you there?
Yes, sir, I am there. Please.
Okay, okay. Yes, yes. Most welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir.
And there are many students not only from our college but from the university in Haridwar, which is Dev Sanskriti Vishwavidyalaya, DSVV, and we have students from Lucknow and a couple of other cities.
Good.
Okay. Have you ever been to India, Bruno?
No, ever, not ever. No,
Okay.
no. I have been in Korea, but not in India.
Okay. Okay. So, is this the first workshop you are taking for Indian students?
I'm sorry.
Is this the first workshop you are taking first time for Indian
Oh,
students?
oh, yeah. Actually, it's not my to India, yes, and this is the first workshop I do internationally. I mean, speaking
Oh,
English
wow.
and everything. But
That's great.
yeah, I used to do some workshops in my city and my country, Brazil, and I like to
Okay.
do that. Yeah, I enjoy
That's
it.
great. That's great. Right. Okay. So we have around 26 participants right now. I think we can start doing
Good.
this. So allow me to introduce you with the students first.
Okay.
So, dear students, first of all, on behalf of PA Inamdar College of Visual Effect Design and Art, I would like to welcome you in this wonderful workshop. And I would also like to welcome our mentor of today, Mr. Bruno. And about Bruno, he is currently, working in company called CDA, which is a leading science and technology company in Brazil. And he is working there as 3D rigger and animator, and he did his course, animation course, from the famous internationally acclaimed institute called Goblin in Paris. And I would request Bruno also to share the LinkedIn profile of yours, so that you all the students can go on his profile and check a lot of good work which is available. Plus he has his own Wix site. There also you can go and check his demo reel and all. And today we are here to get insight about his project, which is animating Naomi. And he is going to share with us a lot of good secrets of doing good 3D animation and plus rigging also, if time permits. And that is how we will proceed. So, Bruno, these students are from our final year mostly, and they have completed their Maya course, and also did some college level projects like making some short films in Maya and all. So they are pretty much comfortable with the interface of Maya, and I hope they will enjoy this session. So over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now officially hi to everyone. Let's start. So with this animating Naomi. First, I need to thanks in first place by Veda University and Tai Yusuf and Professor Dr. Ushi to invite me, and everyone who created this folder. It was a nice folder, thanks. And now, who am I? I worked as in a few projects with, like a 2D animator. So I came from drawing to this area. I spent some time learning 3D animation. I studied rigging because I wanted to create my own characters. After 2 years studying, I got a position as rigger and animator. And recently, I created Naomi because we are in quarantine here, and so I used that time to create Naomi from concept to render. And now I look forward to share my knowledge with people who has the same dream, the animator. Here I have my LinkedIn and my Instagram if you want to know more. And Instagram I use a lot to post my job, so I always update there. And okay, but in resume I am an artist. That is a good thing to say because this is what guides me. Okay, art. And the main point of this workshop is I make Naomi with me and show you how to start practice 3D animation. I heard that you already have some experience with animation and rigging, so I will show you my process. That essentially I will do that. And
Bruno, can we record this session? Sorry to interrupt you right now, so that students can refer later on if they want to, check the things.
Sir, I'm
Mr.
recording, sir. Sir,
Okay. Someone is recording.
Yes, sir.
Good.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, Navneet. Yes, sir.
Okay, Navneet. Yeah.
Okay.
you can hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Definitely.
Thank you. Good. So yeah, let's proceed here. Okay, my process. Let's talk about it. And first, I will show you my reel. I don't know if you already checked that, but I think it's a good thing to see first before I begin. Just mode here, not here. And this is my latest reel, and this is my latest scene. I did it to 11 Seconds Club, that website. It provides 11 seconds audio to your mate. And I did it to test Naomi. Some shots here. And this shot I did to Gobelin. That was my application. My final work to there. I passed 2 weeks in Paris doing it. And I met a lot of animators, nice friends, and I had a good approach on animation that I could see that I want to follow with animation. This, I'm Brazilian, so I did this. And in this shot, I tried to create the T-pose sketching, and later I animated. Okay, let's go on. And this rig is from Animating, is a website which you can sign there and have some classes in animation. I joined it for some time, a few times. And here's finally Naomi, and the official rig I did in the last month. It's a recent job, so I probably should improve it. But yeah, it's ready as it is. And this is my work right now. Oops, sorry. Let's go back and okay, about my reel, I need to say it because it's important. I'm building this reel. I don't think it's ready yet, but I can already see some progress. So I can predict the next shots will be better. And that's a good thought. And I particularly reserve these as a first tip to you that I learned that in Paris mainly, that your current work is not your best, right? But that's not reason to be ashamed of it. I had this behavior about I was doing some shot and I was not happy with, and but I started to see my old jobs, and so comparing my new ones to my older ones, I can see that in my future I will have better shots. So that's a good thing. Okay. And let's start. I don't know how to exit this yellow line here. Eraser.
I think this has been done by some other participants. So yeah, participants don't draw anything on the screen because it is going to create disturbance on the UI side.
Thank you. Yeah, I really bring you on Zoom, so I don't know how to log some functionalities, but it's okay. It's okay. Let's
Yeah.
go. And okay, let's go back. And I just started with about talking about rig animation. I don't know if everyone there knows about it. I think knows, but I will talk only to make it clear. Inside Maya, we have different to animate a character. We first must prepare a rig file. So animation is a different rig, and rig has the character with all controls inside. And we bring it inside to the animation file by reference. And I prepared this image here to say better that here and this side I have the animation file with the light setup, with the 3D modeling geometries placed, and in this side I have the rig. And I bring the rig inside Maya to reference because we need to have the rig editable, safe, and the rig are basically geometries, curves, and bounds. And in the animation, we only animate curves, which affect bounds, which affect geometry. So that's the basic structure inside Maya. We are going to bring as a reference Naomi here. But first we can see animated in Maya. I just opened already here. And you can see this is my latest shot. As I showed you my reel. And I don't know which level of experience you have, but these we can see here two windows. I just like to work like that with one window at this left side with my scene prepared, and at this side I have my free camera view, my free viewport, where I can select controls, manipulate it, and create keyframes and everything. So like this, I can always see my final result. That's what matters. And using this window to animate, right? And you can see below here a lot of keyframes. All these red lines, green lines are related to keyframes. And this shot is about 50, no, it's 14 seconds. So about 430 seconds, frames. And it's a quite long shot. And I just bring the rig inside here using reference. And here I just, we're going to do that soon. So once it's set, like we can start downloads the Naomi Rig. I will share this link on the chat. I just need to find the chat. Someone speak with me by chat so I can find it. Please. Let me see here. More chat. Okay, I found it. Here, please. You can. Oh, I just sent to only one person. Just a minute, everyone. Meeting. Okay, now you can go. Please download it. See if you can download it. I will give you some time to do that. And while you do that, we can proceed with some talks. But you please download it, save in a good place in a good folder, and because we're going to use it soon. Okay. On this point, I'd like to talk about 11 animation principles. I know you probably know about it, but I really think that it's important to talk about it because if I didn't, it would appear that I just animate by animating. And it's not like that. We have principles, we have follows to know before follow or not. Okay, we must before know the rules. And this is a nice video which shows quite simply simplified how the 12 animation principles works. So this, for instance, is anticipation, and in second point, we have, for instance, staging. This principle means that you must worry about how your character appears to the audience. And the other principles. I will not go deeper on it because I think you know, and if you don't know, take a time to save a time to research about it, because it's really important. If you want to be animator, you must know these principles, because these will naturally appear on your work with the passing time. Okay. And okay, once it's set, I will share this presentation with you, so later you will have it, no problem. And while you download Naomi, I will say my process. I will talk about my process. So my process is I open Maya, right? I use Maya here, and I'm not good with 3D Max. I tried a long time before, but I'm not good with. But this rig only works on Maya. Okay, and later we reference Naomi Rig. I will reference the rig, and after that, just a minute, I have some water. And once I have my characters in scene, I can choose a reference acting. And this acting I choose to the workshop. So this comes from, okay, I will talk that later. First to talk about my workflow. So I choose a reference acting. I set a camera view. I adjust FPS. I turn off Alt key, but not always. Sometimes I work with Alt key, and I will talk about Alt key inside Maya. I will show you these steps soon. And okay, later I start a pose. I create the first KeyFrame. Uh, um, this is what I wrote, but um, it's like finding the main pose. It's like finding the gold pose, the most important pose of your shot. So I created it that will guide me through all my animation. And let's see some animation. I refer to my latest job here. Let's come back and I show you. If you want to know more about Naomi, I can show you later, but now I'll talk about some shots. And I will show you my process using some playbacks I have from these late newer shot I have. So I started like this. I started with only one character, and she's doing the action, the main action, with the key pose. So we name it blocking. So I think some of you already know that, but I just blocked the action here. So it's not a complete animation, but has the essence. It has the essential inside there. And later I was including the other character. It's the same character, but I put a different color and clothes and a headwear there. And they now are simulating the talk with some key pose. And what's nice here, because we can see what works and what doesn't. Because these, for instance, these are shaking, waving like that. I didn't use my final animation. And you go just changing. At this level, I didn't record myself. So for the next shot, I will record myself, because I was really lost in some point here about acting things, and I got confused, and I had to redo a lot of things, and I think that recording is better to you animate your shot. The next shot I'll do that. And here I started to refine splines. Some actions changed, and now you can see a better movement, really more fluid movement. And just to go ahead, they have the other one. You can see now the action comes clearly, but something has changed yet, and you go just improving and improving your shot. This one is almost done. Done is not a word that I like, because animation, if you have time enough, you can always improve animation. But it was done because once I did it to this website, 11 Seconds Club. By the way, if you want to sign it, there's a good website to practice animation. I love it. I really like it. And as I had the time ending, you need to apply inside 1 month. So I wasn't ending this shot. So this was almost done, almost finished work, but yet I had to tweak some things. For instance, if you see at this point, um, the the character is doing like a weird shape in her column, and I fixed it to some other behavior, like she doing a lot of movement with her hand, and this is fine, which I already showed you. And here was, this was handled with using Arnold, and we can see about these in other workshop, I don't know. But yeah, this is the final result here. And why I showed you that, because I'm going to talk about blocking pose. As you saw here at this point, I just blocked pose. So this is what I'm going to do here, and to show you to begin with blocking pose. So blocking pose is about doing your animation, resuming your animation, like make it simple. It's like to see your animation simplified. And I choose this reference to do it. After doing blocking pose, I do some breakdowns. Breakdowns mean some in-betweens, but not only in-betweens, but in-betweens that makes the animation more appealing, more interesting. Okay, and final moments, we're gonna have an overview on the graph editor. I know that we're going is a short time, you cannot explore a lot graph editor, but we can have an overview there. And coming back here, you could download Naomi Rig. Is that working? I mean, you can see the folder in your machines, so we can proceed here. Have you downloaded? Yes, okay. Okay, so let's go on. I will show you inside Maya how to bring reference. I don't know if everyone knows that. I don't know which level you are. I will try to say the steps and show the steps. And please, if I just speak really quickly or fast, let me know. Here with us, I have a friend, Amanda, and she's watching and help me with some comments. So I will be concentrating here and waiting, but if you say something on chat, she will read and let me know, okay? So let's start. And you show you how to bring as a reference a file. So inside Maya, you can you have this viewport, and you can come here in file and create a reference. So this is how we will bring Naomi to the Maya file. You can see that we have a brand new file here inside Maya. and you go here in File, Create Reference, and it will appear this window, and you can just find the rig. Rigger, so it is like that. You're going to create reference and find your file. I will copy that, and I will show you once again. File, create reference. You just click on it. It will appear this window. Just find your reference, and you click on it. You see these other files are only the textures for this rig, okay? And you just click on it. Don't need to click on anything about that, and just bring your file as reference. This will say about student version file, because I'm using a student version file, and I can keep going. So this here, the Maya will load. This message will appear because in my handler space I just set some things, but don't worry about that if this appears to you. And here I have Naomi. Inside Maya we have these options right here. This one, which is selected, says that we will see only geometry and not texture. So you just turn off, and you can turn on the textures. So here it is. I don't know if you doing the steps there, so I will keep going here, okay? And let me know if anything happens.
Bruno, I think most of them are not being able to do the work simultaneously because they may not be having application at this time. But what we can do, since we are recording this session, they can do it later on after knowing the process.
Nice, good. And if they want, I have my YouTube channel. I can share my YouTube channel. I'm recording there also.
Absolutely, yeah. Nice. Thank you.
Nice. And so you follow here, and I will start with I will keep with next steps. I have friends Naomi Rig, and I will come in this phase. First I will show you this animation, mainly the part where I want to train it. Just a minute. This is a good 2D animation. I enjoy it. And this thing I'm trying to pose the character is around these place. So these shots, I'm going to do the pose for now. So you're going to see how that works. This is a good animation if you want to please see that there's a nice mood. It has a nice mood. And so let's keep going. I just separated here this reference. Here it is, and we can go in this step here. Okay, let's go. Setting a camera view. Let's go inside Maya, and I will try to follow this reference. I bring it to this. And this application is pure reference. You can download it, you can donate it to use, and it's a free, but you can donate there. It's a really good tool to use. You can make it on top of other applications. So I use it a lot to find.
What is the name of this tool, Bruno?
The application?
Yeah, this tool which brings the image on the top of the application.
Okay, I wrote here, down here.
Okay, it's pure ref. Okay.
Pure reference, yeah, good.
Great.
It's really good. It's really good
Yeah, it's useful.
application, yeah. And thanks, Amanda, by the way. And let's keep going. Just a little bit of water. Good. So with my reference shot established, I already have a camera view. So one thing that I learned that I can't come here to Maya without knowing exactly what I'm going to do. So finding a good reference is essential. So now I have my reference here and I can place my view here. So, but first I will create a camera. I created the camera is here, and I will select panels, look to selected, so my viewport will go to the camera, and I can now view my character from the view I want. So once I have my reference here and my camera, editing my camera at this side, I can just know if I need to rotate this character or not. So everything that I can do with my camera to help me, I do. So I just put my camera, I have my rig inside here, and I put my camera using my current position of my rigs to help me. So, okay, I just try finding. I think I can see a little bit perspective. I don't want so much. In Maya, we have this option here. Let's show you. Just a minute. Okay. In Maya, we have this option, this option right now. This focal length option, I commonly put it 80 here because now I don't have so much perspective. I can even increase it if I want to. And now I have a better placed camera considering the reference here. So now I will just tweak a little bit here because I will follow this reference, but I want to see a better view here. Maybe here it is, it's nice. Once I like my camera, I name my camera because I need to know which camera is the main camera, and I commonly name it like that. Sometimes we have some cameras are missing, so the other cameras needs only to render, the other cameras only to see other points of view, but this is the main camera and this is the camera for the shot. So once I placed my camera and I like that, I can come here on I come here at the attributes and I select everything and I right click and lock selected. So now I cannot move my camera. I try to move and I cannot, so my camera is ready, is set up to animation. And now I will have my second window here to animate. And inside Maya, I just can click here on this button. And I will have two windows, two viewports. I just minimize here, like this. This I don't need anymore, the outliner, so I can hide it. So where's my camera, right? I can find my camera in panels, in perspective, and I can select my camera I wrote there. And if I do that, I can find my camera again. And now I have my free perspective view here and my locked camera view here. Here in the camera viewport, I can hide everything in show, none, I can't see anything, and I show polygons. So now I see only my character. I can even turn on my textures to see better. And I can start to posing my character following these handles. So you can see that's a clean workflow. I don't struggle with a lot of steps or trying to imagine things. No, I'm just direct. I just go. I just know exactly. I need to know exactly what I'm doing. So let's go to this first pose. Let's go back to this station just to see. Okay, and this is the second point. Just FPS. This is to this minute. This is right here. Commonly, we animate in 30 here, 30 FPS. That is the thing to you already to depending of which project you are. You can just let it 24 if you are working with games. I don't know, but what I know that Unity and some features series works with 30 FPS. So be attention with that, because if you not, if you animate all your shots with 24 FPS in the future, if you want to go to the 30 FPS, all keyframes will be struggled. It will be confused to where it goes, to where be placed. So it's better to worry about this first. Okay, let's go. And second point, third point is turn off auto key, not always. So let me show you what auto key means. Is this option right here on this point here, this button. If I can turn on and turn off. So with this turn on, let me show you. I am on the first frame. I will have a keyframe there. I have a keyframe now. I will show you how to do that. And in second point, I have a second keyframe. You see, I moved my control, but I don't have a new keyframe. I moved, but I don't have a new keyframe. If I turn on this, now it's automatic. I have a keyframe in the first frame, and this frame I move my keyframe. Pay attention on the 20 frame there. Now I have a red line marking a keyframe. So with this option turn on, we can just move the control and have some keyframes. This may be good, this may be bad. So depends how secure you are about your work or about your way of doing. Sometimes I work with turn on, sometimes I work with turn off. For this workshop, let's go with turn off. Okay, I will delete some keyframes here. I'll show you how to do so. And okay, I'm really afraid that mine broke because mine has do that sometimes. So yeah, first pose. Everything now with presentation is that start pose. Let's finally start pose. And I will work with my controls mainly using W and E, W and E on my keyboard. W and E. I have a keyboard here. I will show you. With these buttons, you can just switch. W, you can move. E, you can rotate. So I'm just going to use these buttons. W, I can move a little bit. I can see my character is like on this shape. Let me show you. I'll show you. Now I'm looking to my pose. I can see that I have some space here on this side. I try to achieve that. Maybe I will go back to camera to see it clearly. And I can see that her hips is quite forward. It's quite forward. It's not here, but it's here. So I will try to find this line of action. So line of action is a drawing principle, it's animation principle. So read about it, research about it. Line of action. Oops. Line of action. This is a really good thing to learn about animation, because you need to have a line of action really clear on your pose, and you can read also about gesture drawing. Sorry. Gesture drawing. This means about the essential in a pose. So the pose needs to say clearly some idea. So read about these things, these subjects. And okay, I will just, as I said, will come back here on my camera. I don't think this will work like in that perspective. I will unlock it, and I will find this pose. Should see there. I will lock again, hide outliner, and I will start pose. Let's see again. Put here. And I'm using this viewport, looking here and looking here all the time. So yeah, I just bring a little bit forward. I can see my foot just raise a little bit there and to worry about. Okay. I will not. Okay, it's open. And the arms is not open. At this point, you can already save your project. Okay, I just save here the same case. So Veda workshop. I use these three numbers here to save the lesson. So let's see my arms. Maybe my arms, I can see her hand is on this position, so maybe I can maybe do that. I will select the other one, and I will just do this. It's quite good. Now it's a work of finding that pose, and it involves patience. It involves attention. You need just to always check about your reference. I can see now I have to make clear now this shape is not good. This shape is like this, and the reference is different. It's like this is more forward. I have a space here. And let's try to do that. It's like drawing by observation, if you see. And the neck. Oops. And what I learned is with Sammy Fetchy, a big hug, Sammy Fetchy, my teacher on Gobelin, he said that everything matters. When you move a little bit at the hips, you can see again how your arms are. So if you move something, everything changes. So this is about biomechanics. Yeah, anything moves along. Good. It's a little bit too much forward, but I think now maybe about column. I can do it. About the column, I always try to focus my movement on hips, and later I can bring my animation to this control. First this one, later this one, because everything you do here affects above here. Everything you do here, the movement is different above here. Okay, let's try. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Now the arms can go down. If she had a dress as the reference had, the dress would be like this. So it's working. The hand, let me change the color. The hand is quite on this place, so it's like what's happening here, quite off. So I think this pose is good. So once, of course, we could see again and see better and make it better, but we have a good pose to go ahead. So what I'm going to do here is to save again. Okay, saved. And I have I will select Maya by standard behavior comes with all those options turned on. So I can accidentally and select geometry. That can happen. So I just, when I am animating, I just turn off everything. And I have my curves here, and I will, oops, something happened. She was bound. And I select every control, and I will create, as my presentation is saying, I will create a keyframe. So I started the pose, and now I will create a keyframe. I will even include here to know better using this presentation. Just select controls and press S button. So you need only to do that. So I select all my controls, and they came here on the first frame, and they press S. So you can see now I have a red line, which means that I have a keyframe saving this pose on this frame. Now I can go to the forward pose, this one, which brings her elbow up and take this hand. But yeah, this hand will not be here, but I can move this up here. And you can see slightly, that is something we can see really with open eyes, because on this position, she's like that, but on this position, she's a little bit less than. So you need to be aware about this little difference. As much as you animate, as much you pose, you learn to do that. That's a good tip, by the way. You can just start posing before animating. Don't try to go directly to animation. I think posing is a good exercise, and you can just try to connect each pose later, and that's animation. So worry about posing first, and later you worry about animation. Okay, I have this pose. here, and commonly I create a new pose in every 10 frames. I do that all the time. So I have my contour selected, I have my keyframe here. I go forward at my frame 10 and I press the button S again. So now I have a different keyframe here in time slider, but the pose in viewport is still the same. So now with my keyframe 10 selected here, I will come create my second pose and try to cut correctly. I will respect that curve that doesn't exist anymore. Maybe the column must be adjusted. Something I do here is to select all the contours I have manipulated, and I came here in rotation parameters and I zero out everything, and the position comes to none. And I select head, go. She's still looking up, okay. And now the main thing is the R. So let's go here. First, this is a good thing to say. You need to worry about your shoulder always. Don't come here and use only your arm. You need to move your shoulder there. Move your shoulder, and you see that it's really hard to move only arm, not moving the shoulder. So it's not a normal thing to do that. Oh, I have a skin issue here. I need to fix it. But okay, let's ignore that and keep going. So I just raised my shoulder here a little bit, and now I will try this position. Always looking at this view. Let's try this.
Hi, Bruno. We have two questions.
Okay.
The first one is about the timeline. They ask if after creating a pose every 10 frames, how do you retime the animation to the desired timing without having to see it randomly?
Good. You're saying that if I have created all my pose, how to retime everything?
Yes. How do you
Good.
retime everything to your desired timing?
Nice. I just I do that every 10 frames only by blocking, only to see it. But in a moment, I will need to retime, as you said. I will need to find my time. So once I have my blocked pose, if I need to see the timing, I just select Shift on keyframe and just place my keyframe before or later. And I do that with every frame, every pose, to see if this range is okay to me or I need a shorter one. So I do that to every pose I have in my scene. And this is how I find the time when I need to. For instance, at this reference, this pose here, I think this pose, I have the video here, let me show you. Okay, open it. It's here. You see, this is my reference video, and you can see this pose needs to have a timing really bigger. Needs to have to stay on this position more time than this other one, right? This is really quickly change from this pose to this other one, but these we need to hold a little bit more with some moving holds, but we need to essentially hold the pose and later go to the final one. So when we get at this level, I will just click on my keyframe and got a bigger range. That clear? That was clear. After creating.
I think so.
Oh, thanks. If you're not clear, it will talk more. But I think soon at this workshop, I will try to retime. I will just find this pose and we're going to do that together. But it's essentially doing that. It's essentially find more spacing in the time slider. Okay, let's keep going. Let's bring this. If anyone has any question, please do.
There's one question about like the market area of animation. They ask it in a studio as a mid-level animator, how many second work we need to submit in a month?
I'm sorry, I cannot hear you well.
No? Can you hear me?
Yeah, now, yeah.
In studio, as a mid-level animator, how many second work do we need to submit in a month?
Ah, okay. Essentially, in a studio, I don't have that experience, but in my company, we do some solutions to using animation, and there we have a good time to do things. So we have a week to deliver a walk cycle, for instance. But I'm hearing something. Okay, but I have some friends which works to studios and they say a good deadline is about 7-8 seconds. You have 2 weeks to do. You know, it's about that. You need to have time to do a good shot. For instance, this animation here I showed you this final one. I counted. I will show you. I show you if I could. I don't find. Yeah, I found. Okay, I counted here. So in the first day I made 4 hours, 2 hours in second day. So totally I did on this shot 56 hours. And so to do these 11 seconds, I spent 56 hours. There's so much time, right? But you need to polish, you need to do that. And in studios that I've heard, to do 7 seconds, 2 weeks working is good. Because you will receive a lot of feedbacks and you're going to redo your work constantly. And that's good, right? That's a nice point.
That was very clear.
Sir.
Okay. You
Hello.
can go. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, totally.
I have a question that is in Maya. How do we control? I mean, the reference model which we are having in the screen. So how do we control each and every model with the controller?
How? I'm sorry. Can you repeat?
I was saying that the reference model which you're having,
Oh,
it is having, I mean, too many controllers, right? So is it possible to handle each and every control, for example for the hands, or for example for the waist? Is it possible? I mean, how do we do that?
yeah. I really didn't got it. Your question, Amanda. Can you help me? You got it?
Not really.
No.
हाय ब्रूनो, सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट. अंजना, आप हिंदी में मुझे बताओ, सो अगर आपको प्रॉब्लम हो रही है तो मैं ट्रांसलेट कर देती हूँ.
नहीं, मैं बस ये बताना चाह रहा था, जो रेफरेंस मॉडल है इसमें, तो
Yeah.
इसमें जो इतना सारा जो कंट्रोलर्स अटैच्ड है, तो ये हम क्या मीन्स माया में हर एक कंट्रोलर को सिलेक्ट कर मूव कर सकते हैं, मतलब जो हैंड्स के लिए है, वेस्ट के लिए है, तो
Okay.
मैं वही बोल रहा था.
Okay. Bruno, he's asking that we have so many controllers in Maya, like with the model. So he's just asking, like, do we have to select and move each and every controller, or is it possible to select multiple and do at the same time?
Oh, good. I have a tool here that do something. How to say something like that. So is that a paid tool? An inbox is a tool which you can just save some selections. So I will show you here. It's a paid tool, but it's a good tool. So buy it if you can. I use it, and using that tool, you can, for instance, is loading this minute. For instance, you can. If I have these selection controls, I don't want to always select these controls. I want just to select these ones, and I can come here at this button and save the selection. And I can say column. Okay, now I'm just animating other things like the arm, like the shoulder. And if I want to, I just come here and select column, and the controls are selected. That's the way I do that.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, sir.
Anjana, आपका problem solve हुआ?
Right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay.
और किसको क्या questions है?
No, it's okay. You got it?
Yeah, Bruno, he got it. He just said that
Okay.
he understood. Yeah.
Okay, I will show you the which tool is that? Is this one? I mean,
Yeah, he's
tool.
Anjana.
Okay, you know that, right?
Yeah.
So about the stuff question, you're saying that about retiming with multiple characters in scene. If I have multiple characters in scene, I have to open this file, reference editor, and here I have this window, and I can just turn off my other character. And I have a bunch of characters here, and I can just turn off and animate the other one. And if I want, okay, I'm okay with this one, I can turn off this and work with the other one. This is a way of doing it. And about the retiming controls, it's really a hard task because once you need to delay things like following through and having different movements, like the arm get a position later than the column. So you're gonna have a messy on your time slider, and I understand that. For that reason, it's better to you, as you said before, to retime first when your keyframes are clean like this, and try to find the most close timing for your animation. And later you start with breakdowns and follow-throughs and overlapping actions and other principles in animation. Nice. I will proceed here. If you have questions, please. Don't do it. Are you used?
Do you prefer working IK or FK? And does it depend on the shot's requirement?
Oh, yeah. Why animation? Can you do that again? Is written here? No. It's here, this question. I heard that about FK and IK, right? About, I will say that about FK and IK, I commonly, thank you, Mustafa. And in my case, I learned that in Paris also. And my teacher said to us, you don't need to worry about FK and IK. You need to worry about what your shot wants to say. And if you have a character seated on the couch and his hand or her hand is fixed in a place, so you're gonna use IK. That's a simple thing, but you need to pay attention in what movement your animation will have. So when you do that exercise, you just reflect, you just think in which option you can follow. If you can follow with IK or if you can follow with FK. For this shot, for instance, I don't have the need to follow with IK now, but I had some experience animating a tiny scene with IK instead of needing it. So it's up to you. You something that I heard there in Paris. Anything? Okay, I can proceed. Let's go. Let's go on. But yeah, IK and FK, it's up to you. Do it the way you want to do it. In the Paris, I've heard about the IK is good because you have only two contours, the wrist and the L and the IK vector, polyvector. Something that I yet didn't do here is to prepare this hand here. A pose must be complete, must be total. So if you're doing a pose, pay attention on every detail. Make it work. Make it has appealing. And one thing that I heard also was believe in your pose. You're not gonna see your pose working in the first moments, but believe in it. Keep doing it. Go ahead with your pose and you will see that somehow this pose will appear. Here I'm just fixing the fingers. Now I fixed only the fingers, so I will select it. This is the thing that I always do. I select it, I create a keyframe pressing S, and now here in this keyframe the hand comes back, right? And look what I do. I select only the contours I want. Now it's the hand and fingers, and I go back here on this first frame, and I click on the middle mouse, and I drag it to the 10th frame, and I press S. And now it doesn't change anymore. I just bring this keyframe to here, selecting my controls and bring it with my middle control mouse and pressing S. Now, okay, I have the same hand to the two pose. And I will say something now about stepped mode and spline mode. In this range here, you can see the arm moving. That can be good, but generally I think that's not good. That's bad, because this doesn't mean anything. Not to me, not right now. I just need to see the pose. Just need to see this. To move from one pose to other, you can use these shortcuts. Here I have the keyboard again. High keyboard, and you can use these buttons, this arrow and this arrow. These two ones to go back and go forward once you have your control selected. So you can do that. That is what I want. That is what I want to see. And to fix it, here in my time slider, I just select, I click on Shift and select everything. And I click on it and I go here in Tangents. And I click on Stepped mode. So now this range is on stepped mode. Now I don't have an animation here. I have only the pose, the new pose here. That's better because you can see exactly what you're doing. Okay, let's go forward. Let's try to find next pose. I think this pose is, the arm is really bit lower, which means that I need to tweak a little bit hand here. It's good to have these contours here below fingers because you can just add it. I will leave my fingers like that. Maybe a little bit here. Good. You see that is a detail, but it makes some difference. Yeah, now it's working. My new position. I will select everything and press S again. I have the new KeyFrame. And I will go to 20 frame, and I will find this one. Now I have a little bit, the hips go forward and a little bit up, a little bit. And the shoulder just turns a little bit also. You can see her breast a little bit more. So let's try to do that on the pose. You see that I first analyzed my pose and later I came here. A little bit more on my shoulder and my arm. Good, quite good. I think the hand goes like this. It's hard to see, but yeah, something like this. When you don't have the support from your reference, you can just try to find the other reference or try by yourself. But I don't advise you to try by yourself. Find reference. The good way. I think she turns like this. You can see that it's simple. I just have two viewports and I'm making on one side and adding my resolution. It's not a big deal. You need just to be focused. Do a mission. A little bit forward, maybe not. You need to see which movement the body exactly does. Don't do only that. No, these shapes, these chains, these also chains. Everything works together. The head is a little bit more up, like that. Now I can select all my controls, press S again, and save. Remember saving, please. Don't lose it. And these are no. It's a little bit up. Lose it. It's a little difference, but it makes a difference. I think the hips goes a little bit this direction as well. We can see also, let me show you. You can see also if we have this negative space here. I work always looking at negative space. It comes from drawing. So here I have this negative space with looks like this negative space here. So be aware about your negative space on your pose. I can even up a little bit more.
Hi, Bruno.
Hi.
Do
Yeah,
you use
please.
any layers, or how useful are they while animating your layers?
Animation layers.
Yeah. Do you use
Yeah,
them, and are they useful?
yeah, I've used sometimes, mainly to walk cycles and running and more cycled animations. Mainly to do that. It's useful. I yet don't have the experience to use it on a shot for feature, or but for games was useful. For games I could use and it was good. Okay. This is the question. I want to know if this makes sense, maybe not. Maybe this is more neutral. More neutral. Yeah, it's not broken anymore. Remember to save your file. Maya sometimes just crashes. And see, I think it's quite good for his workshop. A little bit forward with it. Can you see? Yeah, it's turning. It's good. I think for this pose is nice. I think only the head, oops, only the head should be like this. Yeah, good. Now let's go to the next pose. Let's create this KeyFrame. And I'm just realizing I left the Alt key turning on. So you can see that I work with that turning on and turning off. Let's find this. This one is nice. It's the best pose I think. And she does up in the hips. Yeah. There's up on the hip. She just keeps her foot. Maybe. No. No. I think it's here. Yeah, it's here. I can find this point here. Ball pivots. No. Good. Okay. Okay. So everyone, we had really good time talking, but it's a lot of content to one workshop. I will keep doing these polls. I will finish it. If anyone wants it, I can share. You can talk with me on my Instagram. You can talk with me. Let me just come back to my presentation. I can give you using mail or using LinkedIn. You can find my mail is here. I can share with you, no problem. Because we had more than 1 hour talking, so I think it's a time to finish. If you have any other question, please do. And I must say thanks again by your attention. That was a really good experience to me. Don't be
Hello,
afraid
sir.
to talk with me. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Sir, I need to ask one thing.
Okay.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to know that when we do pose to pose animation, and then in some animation there are different poses which are not similar to each other. So for that we need to start our next pose. Means if we have done a three to four poses, then we need to do the fifth one or sixth one. Then we should start from the last pose, or we should take another pose which is idle pose.
I think you can mainly focus on your scene, what you want to do, but I would say I could say that you can just find your pose, not thinking about the next one. You can just find your main pose, and later you can connect them.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay,
किसी
welcome.
को और कोई question है?
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay. Bruno, that is a like very great session we had, and
Yeah.
thank you
Thanks.
so much for sparing time for us and our students. And
Yeah.
thank you, Amanda, as well for being with us.
Yeah.
And I personally like to thank both of you for being here and teaching us so many things. And let's wrap up this session for today. We'll hope for more sessions like this. And I would like to thank Tahir sir as well for getting us this opportunity, and Shishir sir for joining us. So guys, let's wind up for today, and
Thank you, ma'am.
let's meet some other time. Thank you so much, Bruno. Thank you once again.
Thank you. Thank you again. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your invite.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Bye
Thank you,
bye.
sir.
just put myself available to every other workshop.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you so much, Bruno.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir. Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Bye.